concern is that I don't want to ever be in a situation where I'm broke again.
You started off with 10 lakh per annum 2 years back and now you're earning 55 lakhs per annum. In the next 15 years, you will have close to 8.7 CR.
आप इस पॉइंट को समझो, अगर कोटा में कुछ पंगा हुआ तो या तो जयपुर लेके जाओगे या दिल्ली लेके आओगे. दिल्ली के हिसाब से 5 लाख रुपए कवर इज नथिंग ब्रदर.
Unfortunately, in my opinion, there is so much of tax loss here, opportunity cost loss, that this can be done in a much better way.
My net worth currently stands at 4.5. Family income is 5.5 lakhs a month. What should I do from here on?
So can I start mutual fund investment? Should I go for a lump sum or systematic investment plan?
Sharan, I think this is a very big problem that a lot of us don't really understand.
Letting money, rack up in your savings account is a recipe for disaster because
Hi, Sharan.
Hi.
So, I am currently based out of Bangalore. I'm 30 years old. I have almost zero investments, as you would say, because the hikes that I've gotten were pretty recent. So, I started at like 10 LP or something a couple of years back, and then like I've worked over the years, so I'm somewhere around 55 now. Now, what I'm trying to, I'm the only earner in my family.
Wait, did you say that you started off with 10 lakh per annum 2 years back and now you're earning 55 lakhs per annum?
Yeah.
In 2 years, you 5x'd your income.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Now the situation is that since I have no investments or nothing, I want to like ensure things go well because I don't want my family to ever again worry about money and such because we've had like sort of like a tough upbringing in that scenario. So I'm currently like I've made a couple of mistakes as well, so I have a couple of EMIs running and things like that. So yeah, like I wanted some clarity around that, like how do I plan going forward because now I would have some ability to save up and progress.
Firstly, tell me, how did you manage that 5x in 2 years?
I somehow took a referral from somebody I met at a party and joined into a company as a associate level. Figured out a couple of problems in the company, just worked my ass off.
Very nice.
In a year they doubled it, then they said no, so I didn't believe, then they increased it, and then I left.
Fantastic. See, the lesson for everybody here is that's the fastest way to grow your wealth is your income. Right? Whatever crazy investment options you are investing in, nothing can grow your wealth as fast as your income. Right? So it doesn't matter what stock investments or what trading you're doing. If you can increase your income, there is nothing like it. So firstly, congratulations on doing that. What sort of job are you doing to earn 55 lakhs per annum?
Currently, I'm working as a senior product manager.
Perfect. Senior product manager at the age of 30 having zero investments.
Almost zero, yeah. Most like maybe like 2 lakhs in total, but then like my liability.
No, that is nothing. I mean, if you're earning 55 lakh per annum, having 2 lakh savings is a shame, right? So tell me a little bit about your expenses. What is your expenses looking like?
Personally, not much, but the thing is like dependent and everything included, maybe around like 1.5 would be like the expenses. I'm not married right now, so.
When you mean dependent, you mean your parents, family?
Yes, that and like whatever like loan or something. Thankfully, my rent is really low because my owner tends to like me, so he didn't increase it. So my rent is a saving grace for me.
Perfect. So I think you're in a fantastic space here. You're able to save 1.5 lakh rupees every month, right? And a lot can happen with 1.5 lakh rupees every month. Let's do some quick calculation.
And what EMIs are these? Are these short-term EMIs, long-term EMIs?
These short-term, these are like super EMIs, like personal loan, credit, this, that, because like expenses came at that time, I just did another one.
So, tell me exactly what you were trying to save for. Are you saying you want to achieve financial independence? That is your primary goal right now?
I wouldn't say so. Like, I don't mind working until I'm like 50, 60. I don't care about that. My primary concern is that I don't want to ever be in a situation where I'm broke again. And B is like my family should be taken care of regardless. Like, so IT,
Got it.
as you would know, is a little volatile right now.
Yeah. No, I understand the fear. If you are able to save 1.5 lakhs every month.
I can say one.
Okay, what happened to the remaining 50,000? Where is it going now? You bought a car?
No. I don't want a car or anything of that sort. So like basically the expenses that I told you were mostly like needs, but it doesn't involve like me if I like go outside anywhere to eat or something like that at all.
Acha, okay.
It's just like bare minimum expenses that have to go out.
Got it. So assume 1 lakh monthly investment and you've not started any SIPs at the moment, right? You're just starting.
Yes.
Perfect. You just joined the 1% club? Are you a recent member?
Yeah, last week.
Okay,
Cool.
makes sense then. I'll give you that excuse. Fine. So 1 lakh monthly investment, increasing it by 10% every year, and even if you're able to generate 12% returns in the next 15 years, you will have close to 8.7 CR. You'll be a millionaire in 15 years, my friend, if you start investing 1 lakh rupees every month for the next 15 years. So by the time you turn 45, you will be a millionaire.
Right. And should I be going more towards like conservative type of things, like just like build an emergency, like put like mostly like small, like not high growth things and just do that, or should I actually like?
No, I think as with most things in life, there needs to be a good mix of everything. If you don't have an emergency fund yet, please get that, right? 6 months of your monthly expenses around, I think around 10 to 15 lakhs parked in certain FDs, not liquid funds. Liquid fund would be a horrible idea in the current market. Putting it in an arbitrage fund, putting it in certain small finance bank FDs, around 10 to 15 lakhs should take care of your emergency fund. And also having a very good health insurance. You're in Bangalore, I would say 15 to 20 lakh cover to lena hi padega.
Where are your parents, brother?
My parents are in Rajasthan, Kota.
They are in Kota. Okay. Which health insurance have you bought for them?
It's Niva Bupa.
Niva Bupa Reassured 2.0, if I'm right.
I think so. I bought it 3 years back, but like I think the cover is pretty low. It's like 5 lakhs only.
Okay, so please try and understand this point. How old are your parents?
Dad's 60 and my mom's like 4 years younger, 56.
So you'll have to understand. See, you're making a lot of money for the age of 30, right? आप इस पॉइंट को समझो, अगर कोटा में कुछ पंगा हुआ तो या तो जयपुर लेके जाओगे या दिल्ली लेके आओगे.
Right.
पक्का? दिल्ली के हिसाब से 5 लाख रुपए कवर इज नथिंग, ब्रदर. नाउ योर डैड इज 60, योर मॉम इज 56. फ्लोटर लिया है कि अलग अलग पॉलिसी लिया है?
अभी उन दोनों का अभी तो कमाई है.
अच्छा, दोनों का 4 साल का एज गैप है. देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम, यू कैन गो फॉर अ फ्लोटर. बट व्हाट इज द काइंड ऑफ कवर? मिनिमम 20 to 25 lakhs. You are not married right now. Once you get married, you will also need a cover. You should also pick up a decent enough health insurance. And second is, try and understand. I pay for my dad 72,000. He's 73. If ballpark you see, it looks pretty high, right? 72,000 रुपए का प्रीमियम, इतना ज़्यादा प्रीमियम क्यों दे रहा है? But if you look at lot of expenses that we do over the weekends and all of that, you'll realize that this is not much, right? डीजल पेट्रोल थोड़ा पार्टी शार्टी में उतना पैसा निकल जाता है. So you should have a decent cover for your parents. That is something that is extremely important. And a cover for yourself as well. Term insurance, 1 crore, nothing. You should have a larger cover. Not because you've got too many liabilities, you're not married, that's all okay. लेकिन आपके 60 years के parents जो अगले 30 साल जीने वाले हैं, उनका बैकअप आप हो.
Yep.
Am I right? So that 30-year backup for your parents, you're paying them. अभी आप 60-70 हज़ार से अपने पेरेंट्स को सपोर्ट कर रहे हो. So this 60,000-70,000 over a year becomes about 9 lakh rupees for the next 30 years. Just do the simple mathematics. So this is the kind of money that you're going to give to them if you are around. If you're not around, who's going to support them? So please take up a term insurance cover. I would say a bare minimum 3 crore kind of a cover at your income. Nothing. Are you a smoker? Do you smoke?
No.
If you don't smoke, 30 years, 3 crores, ballpark, 30,000 bucks, 2,500 रुपए महीना, 2,500 rupees a month, nothing.
Got it.
Cool. All right. Let's move on to the next question. I hope we have answered sufficiently.
Thank you.
You're happy?
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Next person, please.
Hi, Sharan. I'm Malian. So basically, I come from a tier 3 city, basically, from Andhra Pradesh, and I am a software employee now. And I wanted to invest in mutual funds and in stocks, but my father rejected it, and he told me to take an LIC, where I was not interested. And I told him to just start investing in my behalf, but he didn't start anything. So I thought of doing an RD. So I did an RD with the 10% cap of my salary. And later on, when I get the lump sum from RD, I switched them into FD. And I did this for 1 year. And I felt like completely putting into FD might give me less returns. So I wanted to split this to mutual funds as well as FD. So my salary is around of 5 lakhs. 40K is and I don't spend any money of mine because I live with my parents. So they fund me for my food and etc.
Got it. Kirtan, you want to take this question?
Yeah. So what Krishna was really looking at is he's currently investing in RDs, and then whatever he's getting as maturity from RD is moved to NFD. Now I think
That's all he's doing.
That's all he's doing. Unfortunately, in my opinion, there is so much of tax loss here, opportunity cost loss, that this can be done in a much better way. Krishna, what I understand in your case is probably because of your family structure, you don't want to take a lot of risk. So you want to make sure that the capital is secured, but at the same time, you want to be able to generate inflation beating returns because you're looking at doing mutual fund investing, but don't want to compromise on your capital. Ideally, what you can do is whatever lump sum you have at this point in time, put that in some PSU bonds where you will get 8.5, 9.5 kind of returns on a quarterly basis. And that quarterly returns that you receive can be done as an SIP in a mutual fund. So ultimately what is happening is capital is secured and only the interest is getting invested in mutual fund kind of investing. So theoretically, you're still extremely happy that your capital is not compromised and your interest is at least earning inflation beating returns.
So about 6.5 is what you're getting, I'm assuming. 6.5, 7% FD.
Yes, 7%.
And these government PSU bonds, what interest they'll give?
8.5 to 9.5, depending on what bond are you really looking forward to buy.
So how do you buy a PSU bond?
Easiest way to do is there are large brokers like the AK Capital. Just search for somebody like an AK Capital or internet and you will get access to them. JM Finance. These are very large brokers in the market which will give you access to
These kind of bonds.
And largely if you talk about PSU bonds, these PSU bonds are largely backed either by RBI or the state government. So there is no credit risk as such.
Yeah.
Right. And
so capital is always going to be safe.
And they pay you anywhere in the range of 8.5 to 9.5%, which are paid out to you on a quarterly basis. So if you park your money, it'll be taxed the same rate at your RD or your FD is taxed. But your net returns are still 1.5-2% higher than a fixed deposit. Right.
And what is the minimum ticket size?
So ideally you can do anywhere in the range of 1 lakh to 10 lakh depending on which bond are you really looking forward to buy.
So Krishna, what is the savings that you're looking at for investing right now?
So I will be investing around 1.5 lakh.
Fine. He can buy a bond with that.
Yeah, technically you can buy, if you have a lakh of rupee, you can buy most of these bonds.
So can I start mutual fund investment? Should I go for a lump sum or systematic investment plan?
Sharan, I think this is a very big problem that a lot of us don't really understand. When you try and do lump sum, you are typically trying to time the market, which 99% retail investors will get wrong. Right? So I'm always for doing an SIP over a lump sum if you're a retail investor because you don't have the power to time the market. This also plays a very large role when you want to put a large amount of money together. You are always more concerned than 5,000 going out of your bank every month versus 60,000 going together. Right? So it is not just being able to time the market, but it's a large behavioral call versus financial call.
Also, people psychologically, if there's money in the bank account, they end up spending it.
100%.
Right? Even if 100%. They say, I'll let it become 50,000 rupees.
100%.
Because the world that we're living in is so focused on marketing and selling all sort of things that we don't need. If you see one attractive offer, if we see that there's money in the savings account, we are very likely to spend
100%.
it.
Completely with you.
So Krishna, it's a combination of two things. One is that timing the market is quite hard, and second is letting money rack up in your savings account is a recipe for disaster because we can't trust ourselves when it comes to spending money.
Hi Sharan and Kirtan. This is from Mumbai. We are family of 3, me, my wife and my kid of 6 years old. It's been 13 years we are working. I have already achieved my cost fire number, which was of 2.5 crores. With the if I take the real estate also, my net worth currently stands at 4.5 with no liabilities. Now the question which and my monthly expense, if I talk about, is 75,000, and the family income is 5.5 lakhs a month. The resources which I already have, if I keep it, I'll get around 2.5, 3 crores out of it. The provident funds, EPF, PPF, NPS, and all that. And the another which I need is 2.5, 3 crores. The remaining will be funded by the provident funds and all that, which my employer will keep contributing. So my bigger question is, considering I've reached the course number and my retirement and all will be met by the contribution by my employer. So what should I do? Am I cutting myself short? Do I go more aggressive while I'm planning my goals? Or what should I do? Because I have already got my course number and I'm only 36. What should I do from here on? Is the question.
This is I don't know. It's sort of like, I have all this money, so what should I do? So I think right now, firstly, congratulations. You have achieved something which most people dream of, right? You have achieved your course fire number, meaning you don't really have to work anymore. If I were you, what I would do is that I would really ask myself now, what do I really want to do in my life? Right? What do I really want to do? Like if I asked you, if you had 100 crores in your bank account, would you still go to office tomorrow?
No, I won't.
So that is the same situation right now also, because you have achieved your course fire number. So now you have finally reached the point where you don't have to work for money anymore. So money should not make the decisions in your life. So the reason that you're going to office right now is to make money, right? But if you have reached a point where money is no longer a problem, that's the situation that you're in. Money is no longer a problem for you because all your goals have been met. Retirement, kids' education, all of that. So now if I were you, I would ask myself, can I maybe take a 1 or 2 year break and try to do something different? Really, really dive deep within myself and see if I want to start a new business, maybe take a career break, whatever that is, right? So this is not like a financial advice that I'm giving you. This is more like a philosophical life kind of advice that you can ask yourself. So that is the only thing I would say. But yeah, I mean, again, it's all up to you, right? There's never enough money in the world, right? You can always have more and more money. But the difference between people who are really living their life and, just wasting their life is that they know exactly when to stop, right? And then they only want to do things which they will do without whether money is included in it or not. That's what I would say. What do you think, Kirtan?
I think my idea to your question is very simple: enjoy life. Most of us, unfortunately, in this rat race, don't understand where do we really want to stop, right? I think if you've achieved the number and money is not the intention for you or is not a kicker, I think start enjoying your life, because you don't want to retire rich and not know what to do with the money, right? You don't want to have 10 crores in your bank account and not being able to travel later. If I were you, I would just travel. I would enjoy my life. I would spend more time with the family. I think that's more important when you already have the monies that you were looking for. And if money is not the driving factor, start looking within and look at opportunities to enjoy more.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest, there was a survey conducted where they asked these people who were on their deathbed, in their 80s and 90s, and they asked them what is the biggest regret of their life.
Yeah.
And they said, I wish I did not work that hard. Absolutely. That is the most common answer among people in their 80s and 90s. So that is one. Second is, I would say, of course, focus on your health, because that's what I'm also doing currently. Currently, almost 30% of my time in a day goes towards working out, meditation, researching about nutrition and all of that. So I would advise that is something that you can now focus on, because most people are only running behind money. So health and relationships take a backseat. So I think you're in a very, very sweet spot, but I don't think you need our help.
Fair enough, Sharan and Kirtan. Thanks for the validation and answering the question. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.